Hello, thank you for tuning back into my channel. If you're new here, my name is Annette and I do houseplants and things. And this weekend, I'm hoping that I can do the things part because I'm going skiing this weekend. I'm so excited because the cold temps are supposed to be lifted and it's not going to be as cold. And so, yeah, I'm excited to go. So today, let's talk about my poor spider plant. I've had this plant for quite a few years and the poor thing just looks so sad. And so I'm like wanting to repot it. I'm going to downsize it because I think it is in too big of a pot. And here she is. She looks so sad. So I'm going to clean her up. I'm going to get her out of that soil, which the soil is not bad. I think it's just the pot's too big. And I'm going to put her in a smaller pot and check on those roots and see what is going on with the roots. Okay, so I have my little bucket here. Let's move this. There we go, so you can see a little bit better. And I have my little snips here that I cleaned with rubbing alcohol, so they're nice and clean. So let's start by cutting off all these dead, scraggly leaves because I just don't know what happened to this poor plant. And I love my spider plant. I don't want to see it die. So, and it looks like here it has a new leaf coming in. So that's okay. So let's just continue. Oops, that one just peeled right off. Cut this back and hopes that this plant is gonna make it. Some of these will peel right off. Some I'm cutting. But how many people have spider plants, and how do you like your spider plants? I have 3, and I really like them. This one has never produced babies, and I'm starting to think because maybe it's in way too big of a pot. I don't know what happened to this one. I'm not sure. I have not had this issue with any of my spider plants, just this one. So, kind of makes me a little bit sad. I'll cut that. Okay. Oh, I missed one. Let's get into this. Let's see. I'm kind of nervous to pull this out because I got a funny feeling this is not good. I'm going to put my gloves on because it is going to make one big mess. I have it in my box here so that it's not all over my floor. But I'm kind of nervous to see what's going on with this. I'm pull my sleeves up. Okay, moment of truth. And it's kind of floppy in here too, so that's why I'm thinking it needs to be repotted. I'm going to tip it upside down here. And take it out. Okay, well the roots, they're not as bad as I was expecting. It doesn't look that bad. The soil is pretty wet, but I am going to try and get most of this soil off and see if I can put it in a smaller pot. Because I'm thinking it needs to be in a smaller pot. So I'm gently massaging the soil off because I don't want to damage the roots. So we're just going to gently massage this off. And it feels pretty wet. So I'm thinking that this soil was just holding on to the moisture just a little too much. These plants like to be more on the dry side, and this was not that dry. So I'm making a big old mess. Good thing I have a towel underneath my little box. Like this root looks really good. Yeah, these roots look really good. It's just, I think, in too big of a pot. And the soil I thought was good, but I think it was holding on. I mean, it's good soil, but I think for this plant, it's just holding on to too much moisture. And we don't need, these guys don't like that much moisture. So, but the roots, they look really good. So I'm hoping, there's a big root ball right there. I'm thinking that maybe it was just too big of a pot. I'm hoping, because I really, really like this spider plant, and I really would love for this one to get babies. But look at that root right there. That big old root right there. It looks really good. I think it was just the soil just held on to too much moisture. But some of these roots are, I mean, you can kind of see there, it's like in a ball, a root ball, which is good, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. I'm thinking the pot was just a little bit too big for this plant. Even though it's got a ton of roots. This is a lot of roots for this. But I still think, because they like to be a little bit root bound. Let's just see. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the smaller plant, the planter, because I'm thinking that it needs to be smaller. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm not going to do any more than that. I'll set that right there for a minute. Now let's mix up some soil. Although this soil is good, just not chunky enough, I think. I'm going to just put some new soil because I want this plant to survive. I really love my spider plants. If you have a spider plant, which ones do you guys have? I've got 3 of them. I've got this big one back here that has, it's just all green with a little bit of light green down the middle, but it has a ton of babies on it. And then I have a curly spider plant that's in my bathroom. I got it as a curly spider plant. It was curly, but it doesn't look that curly to me anymore, so I don't know what's going on with it. But let's mix some soil. Let's do it for a minute. Okay. We're going to make this soil kind of chunky because I want it to be a well-draining soil for the spider plant. I don't want it to be soaking up the water and holding on to the water as much. So I'm doing a handful of charcoal. Mix that up a little bit. Okay, let's do some perlite. I'm probably going to do, because this is not very chunky perlite, it's pretty fine. I'm probably going to do another handful. We'll do 2 handfuls of this. I want this to be kind of airy for my spider plant. Whoops. I'm mixing it, but I'm dumping it out at the same time. I need a bigger mixing bowl. But one day, I will get a bigger one. Let's do some orchid bark. I'm going to have to get more supplies. I'm getting low. But that's okay. That means I'm using it, which is good. I wasn't expecting to pot up a plant today, but I was watering and noticed that this one was pretty sad. Okay, I'm back. I went and got this bowl, so that way I can mix this up a little bit easier. Let's do that. I hope my other half of the video did not get cut off. If it did, I really apologize. I'm going to recap what I'm doing real quick just in case. My spider plant, I have to trim back and get it out of this soil because it's maintaining the water too much, and put it in new soil and in a smaller pot. I'm going to mix this soil up really good here. You see how chunky it is, because I want this to be kind of chunky, which I think I'm going to put a little bit more orchid bark in it. Another handful. Let's do another handful. Let's see what I think of that, because I want this to drain really well. I don't want it to hold on to the moisture. I'm thinking a little bit more orchid bark. A little bit more. I'm almost out. I'm going to have to go buy some, especially before spring, because I'm going to be repotting a lot of plants come spring. Okay, that's probably good. Okay, so we're going to start putting it back into this pot. Some soil. And that's probably good because I'm going to put this plant in it. And hopefully me doing this will help it and it will start to thrive and get babies. That is the goal here. Because I know that these guys like to be root bound. And it was not root bound in that pot. I think that pot was just a little bit too big. I'm going to move this bowl over here and start filling this in. Just a little bit here. But then I'm looking at it and it looks like it's too high. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I don't know what kind of pot I have. Unless I just put a little bit in this. Well, I think I need a little bit bigger of a pot. Okay, so I went and found this terracotta pot. I found this at a thrift store and I just thought it was super cute, and I think this will be a better match for my spider plant because it will hold moisture. So I'm thinking that this pot is better anyway, and it's a little bit taller, so I think it'll be a little bit better. So and it does have a drainage hole, a big one too. So I'm going to move this plant out of this pot and move this pot out of the way. Put this pot in its place. And we're going to put some soil in the bottom here. And check it. See how much soil I need in the bottom. And this one's just a little bit deeper too. I think this will be a better fit for this spider plant anyway. Yep, but a little too much. So at the bottom, it wants to sit up so high. So let's take a little bit more out of the bottom here. Okay, that should be good. Let's put it in here gently. That's better. Okay, so now we're going to fill it up with my mix here. With my chunky mix. And again, I made this kind of chunky. I wanted it a little bit more chunky because I want this to drain and not hold on to moisture. And I don't think I'm going to water it. I'm going to let it be because I did leave some of that soil on here and it was pretty wet. I want this to dry out really good before I do my next watering because it's just holding on to too much moisture. I think that was part of the problem. And I don't want to lose my plant. I am very picky about losing plants. I don't care if I've had the plant for years. I don't want to lose them. I like my plants. I'm sure most of you can relate to that, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, I did get it a little bit off-centered in here, but it's because I think it needs to be up like this and it's leaning over, and that might be because it was kind of sad and overwatered, I think, or starting to get overwatered. So I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna just let it hang, and I think it'll be okay. I think so. But I'm gonna cut a little bit more of these. Let's see, these right here. I'm gonna cut those off. I don't think that they need to be on there. It's not gonna hurt anything. I just don't want them there. So put this down. Yeah, see, that even feels moist. Weird. Yeah, I think it was getting too much water. So now, hopefully, in this chunkier mix, in this little bit smaller pot, this plant will do better. And I think it looks cute in this pot. What do you think? Do you think it looks cute in this pot? I'm hoping that this will perk back up and stand up. I'm thinking about getting a trellis of some kind and maybe holding it up just a little bit until it gets better. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to cut these tips off too because they're browning. I don't think that will hurt anything. We'll just cut them off because they're browning anyway. There. Let's just take a look. Let's see. I think that's good. What do you guys think? You know what? I was wrong, you guys. I just noticed. I cannot believe this. It's got this, and it's starting to shoot out babies. I didn't realize it, but I think it was a good thing I repotted it because I had a lot of sad leaves, and I don't think that it was gonna, I think it was slowly starting to die off, and I didn't want that. So, that's okay. So I will keep you guys updated on my spider plant in the next few weeks and hopefully that this thing does really good because I really like this plant. I think it's really pretty and I don't want to lose it. So let me know what you guys do with your spider plants. I want to know your soil. What kind of soil do you use for it? Because I'm thinking this chunky mix might be a little bit better for it, so it can drain a little bit better. And I think terracotta might be better for this one. I don't have my other ones in terracotta, but they're doing fine. So we'll see. So thank you for watching. And if you have not yet, please like and subscribe to my channel and have a wonderful day. Bye.